NFL action. Green Bay Packers travel to Minnesota to take on their rival, the Minnesota Vikings. This is going to be an interesting game as the Packers, 6-3, are taking on the 7-2 Vikings. The Vikings have been absolutely under the radar this year, and my hat is off to Coach Zimmer. He is getting the job done. He's coaching these guys up, and Adrian Peterson is standing by his word, and I am the first one to say, hey, you know what? My hat's off to him, and I didn't think he would make it this far with as much energy and production as he's done. So I have to accept that because a couple of weeks ago I said I think he's running out of gas in the tank. Well, bullshit. He had 203 yards last week, and he's just absolutely on a tear. Teddy Bridgewater, I mean, he hasn't done anything spectacular. It's been 3 or 4 games since he's had over 200 yards passing, but he hasn't hurt this team. So this is a team very similar to back in the day, the Ravens, when they had great defense, a good running game, and a quarterback. Back then it was Trent Dilfer that just managed the team. So a lot of reminder for me. There's a lot of comparison there to that squad. But here we go. The Packers, it's their save their season game. Bottom line, they got to win this ball game. They have to do it because psychologically, if they don't, I think they'll be shot, they'll be out. And Coach Mike McCarthy's got to be scratching his head. Hell, he's probably got no more hair on top of that head, scratching it so much. Nobody saw this coming. 3 in a row. I mean, it's one thing for Green Bay to lose 2 in a row and maybe have some injuries, but 3 in a row, now it's gotten to their heads. And I talked about this in the NFL videos last week. I really believe the absence of Jordy Nelson for the year because of that injury has played its toll. I mean, it's taken its toll on this team. Psychologically, that kid was a leader out there on the field. He was a horse. He was not afraid to go across the middle. So I think that's really taken its toll. And as an analyst and also as a handicapper, I'm going with Green Bay today, all right? The Greek had this opening up at +1 for the Packers, all right? I'm all over that. I'm going to take the points. And if they don't cover it, you know what? Then I know that their season's over. But I think there's just something still left, and Aaron Rodgers is too much of a winner to let this opportunity slip by. And I believe maybe the Vikings might have gotten a little comfortable, possibly not, but maybe, and that's what I'm banking on. But the Greek, who's also has the total opened up at 45, which is now at 44, they're giving me 1. So I'm taking the Packers plus the points today in the NFL. Don't miss it. Green Bay Packers at the Minnesota Vikings, NFL action.